Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Good day, good day. Please forgive the technical difficulties and the delay. All right, I think we're on right now. Lord have mercy. Okay, let's go live on Instagram. Hello, everyone coming on in. How you doing, sweet tea? What a beautiful day. It is to converse, to get together, to be thankful, to be very, very thankful. Listen, this is going to be an interesting rundown. Hi, everyone. My name is Sonja Marie, if you don't know, and I'm here to give an astrological weekly rundown for the transits that are happening for the week of July 21st, 2025. Good day, good day, good day. Again, I pray that, first of all, forgive the delay, almost 22 minutes of a delay. I'm going through a little Mercury retrograde, technological glitches, and it literally took 20 minutes to kind of get on here. I had to readjust 3 or 4 times on YouTube. And also, it's just a little gnarly trying to get myself together. Um, I want to share something with you before I tap on in. And thank you for being here. Hello, Jason, 51 out of 63. What's going on? Trina Rowe. I said hello to Sweet Tea. What's going on? D Stokes. D Stokes is here. Rabbi Rob and Terrell. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being so diligent in your own walk and evolution of this life. Um, if you would let me take my time today, I'd appreciate that. I understand if you have to go, but please try to catch the recorded video here on YouTube, and also I posted on my Instagram page as well, and leave it there for the duration, however long it's going to be there. So if you have to go, I understand. However, I'm going to take my time because I have a little bit of a story. Um, First and foremost, I just like to send out massive waves of love and light to Malcolm Jamal Warner's journey home, and also to his family and to his wife and daughter, and to all the people that knew and loved him really, really deeply. It's an interesting feeling that's coming over me right now. Some of it is absolutely sadness and grief, but a big part of it too is knowing that for some reason that he is okay. I'm not going to break that down, but he is okay. But it just feels so strange and out of the blue to be able to um, have to say goodbye to someone that not only did I look up to, but was a friend of mine, and had been out of contact with him for a little bit of time. I have some memories in which I may share one or two, but I won't share all of them. But it just seems a little strange. I don't have words right now, y'all. And again, I don't want to profess sadness because I know he's good. I'm just really, 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 really sad and grief stricken for his daughter and for his wife and his mom, especially because, you know, the obvious. I know deep in my heart that he wanted to see her grow and get married and all the things. But this is what throws me off, my own story and testament about Malcolm being that sweet Leo that he was. He had a huge heart, y'all, as Leos do. And as we will ride into this Leo new moon that's happening this week, how auspicious. But he was such a bright light and a big, big star, like a huge star presence. And I'm not speaking of celebrity and the business. I'm just speaking of how bright and how dynamic he was when he would walk into the room. Or if he hugged you, for some reason, I just felt his hug. And how committed he was to the hugs and to the love that he would give to his profession, to his art, to those that meant something to him. Like he had that extreme loyalty that Leos do have. And I was scrambling, looking for somebody to play with on August 10th for my residency at the Del Monte Speakeasy, my last show. And even though Spirit kept telling me, do a coalition of poets, it's going to be dope, it's going to be cool, it's going to be dope. Like pay homage to the poets. So sometimes, I don't know if y'all experience this when you hear Spirit, you kind of and I'm laughing because I'm goofy, but I'm also laughing because sometimes you hear Spirit and you hear poets, right? And then you go, oh, okay. And then the human jumps in and goes, you mean Malcolm? Or you mean this one? Or you mean this poet? And Spirit's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you work that out, but that's not what I meant. Because I reach out to Malcolm and I'm trying to find him on Instagram because I haven't spoken to him in a couple of years. And I'm like, where the hell is he? And why don't I have his number? Did he change his number? And I'm just going crazy. And I hit him up on Instagram, gave him my numbers, and then I kind of gave up because I talked to a few people that had his numbers, and they just wasn't helping me. But the bottom line was, he reached out to me, and he said, something told me to look into my Instagram, but Sonja, you can get a little lost in Instagram. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Um, but he said that he couldn't play because he moved to Atlanta. I'm like, what the hell? What you doing in Atlanta? What? He's like, come down here and play with me. So we left that at that. And that was literally like 3 weeks ago. And it's just strange how Spirit does what Spirit does. And it's strange how you have really profound connections with people, and like you have to kind of complete that circle. I met this young man when I first came to California, and I don't want to make this about myself, but I honestly want to parlay it into something general so I don't get caught in a massive wave of tears about Malcolm. But I would just elect that we all pay attention to our journeys and how we manifest things, and how sometimes we can get caught up into looking at way too many of the things that we think we don't have, way too many of the things that we think we should experience, way too many of, I need more money for this, I need more, dudes, I need more girls, I need, always looking at somebody else's grass, right? Um, Hoping that it could be a different shade for you. And we forget the blessings that we have come across on our path. And because it doesn't look like what it is that we want it to look like, or it doesn't come in an order in which we think it should come in, we shun the blessings of meeting a Malcolm. We shun the blessings of, being on stage with this dude. We shun, and this is not what I've done, but I'm trying to parlay and segue what I'm talking about and what I'm feeling into a message, so to speak. All right. So sometimes we just don't put as much importance on it, you know. And I just really want to remind us all to live your fucking life, man. Live your life. Live it how you want to live it. Live it fully. Live it unabashed. Live it with those that you feel deeply in your heart, even though they look at you crooked. You know, live it from a space in which, literally, if you were to leave tomorrow, you would be satisfied. And like I said, I'm not going to profess to be the closest friend to Malcolm, but I do know, being a friend of his, that he lived completely in his own way, and it's just a shock. It's just a motherfucking shock. And I just want to share that with y'all. We had some really good laughs. Again, deep, deep hugs. We shared the mic. We had a profound interest and, camaraderie when it comes to music. A lot of musicians and actor friends and entertainers we know alike. And it just baffles me how you can live a life and say, oh, he's so cute, I want to meet him. No, no, no. Let me say that again. Watching the Cosby Show and going, oh, he's so cute, he's so fine. And then next thing you know, you move to LA and you're in the same room as dude. The same with Tina. Oh my God, I love Tina. I sing her songs all around the freaking house. And next thing you know, you walk into a room and there she is calling your name. I just think that we should all pay attention to how glorious our walk is. Really, please, can you do that for a minute today for yourself? If you can't find that, just do it for somebody that you love. Do it for me. Just pay attention. Um, yeah. Thank y'all for being here. And I just needed to take a moment to tell Malcolm how much I love him. And again, send light to his family and his wife and his daughter and his mom and all his family. And I just think we have to pay attention. That oftentimes we think that these small little problems that we have are really problems. And I have to add, and again, thank you for letting me take my time. If you have to go, you have to go. But I have to add that shit just went out my head. Um, wow, it'll come back. Um, wow, y'all. I should just left. Okay. It'll come back however it needs to come back. Yeah, that's that. It's just a beautiful day to connect in a way in which we need to. Damn it, I wish that thought would come back. Mm. Let me make a few announcements as I normally do. Yes, I will be playing at the Del Monte Speakeasy on August 10th um, with a coalition of poets called the Cosmic Flow that we're putting together like a little bit of a show. It's going to be so dope, y'all. I really wish that you can come out and again, share and show up for yourself, show up for people who are doing their best to just live their lives, and to live their hearts, live their passions. And I'm one of them. August 10th. If you can't come, I'm doing a live stream per stream it. And by the way, I know a couple of people posted that it was hard to get into stream it. And I love to hear your comments if that was the case here below, especially on YouTube, here on Instagram too. And let me know what that was all about, because a good 12 to 15 people did get through. So I'm wondering what they did versus what it is that you did. And I'd love for you to join us live stream on August 10th if you can't make it in person. Okay. They said that the sound was good and the video was all right. So I want to make sure that all those that want to see can absolutely sign up. Yeah, so do that. I'm going to have some workshops. I've been pulled back into workshops, so be on the lookout for that. Um, I'm also continuing my reading special. Please come sign up if you'd like. The information is here on YouTube and also on Instagram. Please sign up. It ends at the end of July. Okay. It's a special for 222. Again, I'd love for you to connect with your ancestors and with your guides. Also, to get a natal chart reading. It is included in that, and also a 5-card tarot spread. Yeah. Okay. Again, I was wondering if this information was going to come back, but it'll come back as it does. Thank you for holding space. And again, thank you for being here. Let's jump on into this week and talk about what's going on this week. Um, Today, being that it's Monday, July 21st, 2025, the moon is in Gemini. Interesting, because the moon, when it's in Gemini, it keeps us little afloat and light. And that's true in some way for me. I don't know if y'all felt this. Please reach out if you can and give me some feedback. And if you're praying for Malcolm, please do that. If you're sending good energy, please continue to do that. But please know I'm going to be okay. And please send it to his daughter. The story goes, I know I'm going back and forth in my mind, y'all. Please forgive me. They were in Costa Rica and he got caught in a little riptide. Um, and his daughter was watching. So it's never good to have that on as a traumatic memory. I'm going to get through this, y'all. Because I really feel like the Gemini moon situation is happening. My head is all over the place. But thank you. All right. All right. Monday, today, the moon is in Gemini, feeling social maybe, feeling intellectual maybe, getting the informations, dealing things in compartments. When the moon is in Gemini, it doesn't necessarily like to be emotional per the moon's request, right? The moon in Gemini says if you're going to use emotions, try to combine some kind of intellect with that thing, some things of wanting to know what's going on, like the information. The moon in Gemini today is sextiling Mercury in Leo going retrograde. Have y'all been feeling that? That's all I want to say. That Mercury retrograde came in with a bang on Friday. It was just crazy. Like people were calling, losing things, and then finding things, and it's all Mercury retrograde. People also like not hearing what you're saying per ego, you know. It's just oh, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say this. I'm laughing because I know a few of y'all like, what the hell? What kind of freaking rundown is this? Before I forget it, let me go into it. Um, Spirit wanted to remind us that when they cross over, right, there is, right, thank you. I'm asking to bring me back even further. There is a delight that happens on the other side. I love doing what I do, y'all, and talking to people's ancestors and their guides. Please get your read if you can, because when I do, it helps me to maintain this interesting level as you're witnessing right now of what's the difference between life and death. And death is just as beautiful as life if you didn't know. And when they cross over to the other side, they don't have these weird emotions. Thank you. They're bringing me back. They don't have these weird emotions of regret or I need y'all to sell my house or don't sell my house or shame or guilt. They don't have that on the other side. I was told to remind y'all of that, like I said, and then it left, and then here it comes back. They don't have those things. Those are human emotions. Is my mother or father mad at me because I didn't give away their jewelry, because I sold their house, because, the kids are not being taken care of and I need to take care of them. We attribute our human emotions and our human ways of being to the spirit world. They don't deal like that, y'all. Again, outside of Malcolm, but it's like, it's just them dropping information to share with y'all. They don't deal with like that. When I do readings, y'all, I see people on the other side so incredibly happy to the point where one time I saw this man like sliding down a purple mountain, like eating popcorn as he's sliding. And I see elders like in a favorite bar that they go to, like a tavern that they go to, drinking copious amounts of alcohol. And only because it's something that they like to do. It's not about the alcohol. It's not about a bar. It's not about what humans want to judge and put on a scene and a situation. It's what keeps them happy. It's where their happy space is. They're only concerned with being free and being happy on the other side. So I thank you for Spirit bringing this back to me, because I really feel that we should begin in whatever way that we can to change our attitude around death. Now, I'm going to tell you, I may need this reminder from one or two of you in a gentle way whenever I need it, okay? Because we all are human. Even though I relay the messages, I'm still human. So I want y'all to know to take the guilt and the shame and the burdens off of your heart for thinking that you didn't do what it is that your elders or your ancestors wanted you to do. They are riding with you regardless. Regardless. And they understand more than ever, or more than we do, how sometimes it's a trap in a way to be human. The spirit is trapped inside the body that can't do but so much. Does that make sense to y'all? Please speak to me. So I want y'all to, in this way, as I'm being dutiful and listening, I want y'all to really try to gather a different relationship with death, and a different relationship with these surprises, and this exit thing that comes across us like it's such a surprise. Like, wait, what? You was just, huh? What? When it's your time, it's your time. So what you gonna do while you here? One of the biggest reasons why I come on here every week. I love astrology, y'all, but it's a hack. It's a hack for me to talk to you about what it is that spirit really wants you to hear. Don't y'all get that by now? When I did that, oh, please, y'all, let me take my time. I'm gonna go through this astrology thing fast, but when I did that astrology versus religion with Tangi, the video is here on YouTube and on Instagram. When I did that thing, and I just wanted to scream out so badly, like, God don't care about that. And Miss Jean July, I'm gonna quote her yesterday. She says, God is not worried about the competition. Humans are. God is like, I just want you to get me. You understand? So I say all that to say is that, there's ways in which we can really see, really relate to God, and really relate to whatever is going on around us, really relate to our lives in a way that we are true to ourselves. The hack, thank you. The hack is coming in here and telling you more so about what spirit wants you to hear in the moment. And astrology is the tool. Religion is the tool. All these modalities are the tool in order to get you back to God, to get you forward and have you have a relationship with spirit, have you have a relationship with your deepest, truest, lightest, highest self. So you can do what? So you can live the contract that you decided to sign when you walked through this mug, when you crossed the veil. That's why I come on here. Astrology is just a guide to help our personality to get this thing so we don't stand in our way. Stop with the competition and the this is right and this is wrong and the whole separateness of things. It's not necessary and it's a distraction. However you get God and feel God, run with that so you can have a better trek here. That's all. I saw some people this weekend that were friends of an ex-friend who just gave me stink face. And I'm like, y'all gonna hang on to all of that emotion? I really wanted to hug them. And this is Sonja Marie's heart. It takes a lot of energy for me to get stink face in New York. Again, I'm taking my time, y'all. It takes a lot of energy for me to do that. You know why? Because I don't think it's necessary. I think we should just get back to happy quick as possible, man. And I'm looking at them like, oh, for real? You got stink face? If I leave tomorrow, if you leave tomorrow, that's what you want to leave with? The fact that you're mad at Sonja for some shit that you don't even know what happened? I'm using this myself as an example, y'all. Drop the hate, drop the anger, drop the sadness. Spirit must be coming through IG because there's a poor connection. I like when that happens, but please keep it going. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. And we're back. Drop it, y'all. We don't have time to be mad at people. We don't have time we don't have time. We don't have time. We don't have time. It's really going by way too quickly. You have time to live your life. Stop putting the distractions and the heinous and the burdens on other people and pointing the fingers and projecting and the excuses on everyone else when you know damn well there's shit that you have to do. But you utilize your anger and your distractions so you can keep away from doing your job. What did you come here to do? That's the only reason why I'm here. At least what Spirit asked me to be here and do what I do. And a lot of people, I'm not fucking Jesus, but I know I have a job like you do. What's your job? As a matter of fact, let's get some interaction going while I slide back into this thing. Tell me your job. What's your purpose? Put it in the comments of why you are here on the planet. Speak to me and everybody else if you can. Get a dialogue going. I want to hype your heart. I want to hype your purpose because we don't have time to sit on anger and fucking burdens and grudges for people and situations that mean nothing no more. When they cross over to the other side, they drop all that shit, y'all. They don't care about that. Humans are weird. We are weird because our ego wants us to prove some shit. Stop it and just live your fullest heart. What's your job? Why are you here? Thank you, Chimpy, to show up and shine my light on things that spirits puts in front of me. Thank you, Chimpy, and you do that so lovely. Thank you, Terrell. The youth and their way forward. Come on, Terrell. The youth, they're here for the youth. What's your purpose here? Lamesia, I agree. God placed me here because he has a bigger plan for me to help others specifically. Specifically, Lamesia, let's talk about it. Jessica says to uplift my people through family and art. Get at it. Get at it, Jessica. As a matter of fact, I better be in that next play. Gosh darn it. I'm ready to rock. And if I can't, I'll be the props person. I'm there for you. Let's get it. You understand? We don't have time to be mad at that sister-in-law, that mother-in-law, that ex-friend who hurt my feelings. We don't have time for that. For the brother who can't get it together. We don't have time for that. Why are you here, Anjay? To show love and to be loved. Specifically, let's go. How your love shine, baby. Why are you here? Make a commitment with yourself. You don't have to do it with Sonja. But make a commitment with you. Crystal says, I'm here because I am love. I embody love. I move with love. It's all in my language. Yes. Specifically, how you loving. Break it all the way down and make a damn plan. Please, y'all. We're here today, gone tomorrow. And it saddens me that way too many people are wasting time being separate, caught up in illusions, caught up in their pain that they can no longer change. You can't change certain things. You can't change your mother and father. You can't. You can't change people. I don't care how much pain they inflicted on you, and I don't care how much you think they know. You still can't change them. They have to make that decision. And in the meantime, you have to live your life. I'm over preaching because I feel like I'm taking too much of your time. I really, really do. I always feel conflicted when I go back and forth in my head because I'm trying to respect your time. And some people on here like, I don't want to hear all this shit. Tell me what the moon is in on Thursday so I know what dress to wear. I'm just saying. And I get it. But at the same time, this is what Spirit is saying. Stop wasting time. Please stop wasting time. Miss Raisa is here to help people dive deep and come up with their treasures, because that's one of my favorite Scorpios. You better get down there and bring them down to the deep blue black part of that ocean, Miss Raisa. You know I love you, cutie pie. Come on, let's do it. Yes. Thank you, Chimpy. I appreciate that. Okay, now that the information came back, I can keep going. Today, with this moon in Gemini, like I said, it's sextile in Mercury going retrograde in Leo. So forgive any mishaps. Are you fucking kidding me? Forgive any mishaps quickly and call yourself on your shit. Accept your walk despite the mishaps. Y'all, I really hope y'all believe me. I wrote these notes Saturday. Saturday afternoon. You know why? Because I knew I was going to have a hell of a night Saturday night, in which I did. Thank you, God. I had so much fun. 3 parties in one. Oh, I felt 25 again. I had so much fun. And then I knew on Sunday I had a bunch of shit to do. So I wrote these notes on Saturday. Did I not just say forgive, release the burdens? Where y'all at? I mean, is it me? Am I crazy? And you know why? And you know why? Astrologically speaking, because Mercury being in retrograde in Leo comes with a lot of ego, right? Oh, my bad. Oh, I said, oh, my goodness, that was me, right? But when Mercury in Leo, has a little faux so to speak, in communication, in driving, in travel, right? And the moon is favorably sextiling it, aspecting it, the emotions are sitting right with that little upset, that little faux pas, saying it's okay. Forgive yourself. Forgive them quickly. The emotional response to Mercury retrograde today is about forgiveness in a quick way, because they're both in fire signs. That's why I wrote this on Friday. But I also just said it in regards to life and death and being and communication and how you think about death. Mercury retrograde, how you think about death. Are y'all getting this? Or is this just making me high? Because that's a little auspicious right there. I'm just saying. The moon in Gemini is also, conjuncting Venus. Find value in the lightness of the emotional body. Feel free and flirty with life. It adds bounce to your step. Now, to be honest with you, maybe that's one of the real reasons why I'm not pouring down with tears. It keeps welling in my chest, but I don't want to respond, Moon in Gemini, with a lot of tears. Moon in Gemini energy does not like tears, by the way. Moon and Gemini likes to keep things superficial and light. Like, nah, we're not going down that road. Gemini energy is like, let's figure it out. Let's think about it. Let's make it better really, really quick. Let's compartmentalize our feelings. So when it's in conjunction with Venus, it's saying find value in making the lightness of your emotions play out today. I see the value. I see the value. Even though as a Cancer, it's a little challenging for me in this moment, I see the value to do my best to try to keep it light and to continue to ask for your forgiveness and to continue to ask for your understanding as I roll out this Mercury retrograde. I mean, this weekly rundown. You dig? How does it show up for you in your life today? Possibly, maybe. Are you finding the value in staying light and keeping like compartmentalizing and doing multiple things at one time so you're not distracted by emotions? Talk to me or talk to one another. Also today, I need y'all to watch your step. The moon in Gemini is squaring Mars in Virgo. Watch your step while watching your step. What, Sonja? Watch your step while watching your step. I'll explain that. Are you clashing because you're too particular? That's why. So today, what I mean is watch your step by watching your step. With Mars in Virgo, we want to feel really particular about how we move, right? But sometimes, have you ever been, have you ever washed the pan too much? Have you ever watched your steps as you're walking and end up tripping anyway? That's what I mean today. When the moon in Gemini is squaring, that's a contrast, it's a challenge, it's hard, right? Squaring up against Mars in Virgo. Mars in Virgo is being particular about, wait, what? The information I put out, how I talk to people, how I move, how I service people, but sometimes you can overdo it. Sometimes you can be too particular about how you're trying to be particular. Please tell me if y'all understand that, and I'm not just talking out my ass. I'm really doing my best to try to move through this astrology thing. Do y'all get my motion in that? I mean, my meaning in that? Be careful, because sometimes, again, using that analogy, we can wash the iron skillet a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? We can wash it a little bit too much. And then grandma comes behind you and she's like, girl, you got rid of all that seasoning. You was being too particular about the thing. I needed that seasoning in that cast iron pot or skillet. Y'all get what I'm saying? So watch your steps in watching your steps today, and make sure you don't wipe everything clean, because you've done a lot of work is what it's saying. You've done a lot of work. All you have to do is compartmentalize the work that you've done and utilize it in a way it serves you and the people around you. Does that make sense? You don't have to obliterate it. Just put it in its place is what that moon in Gemini is saying. Ooh, I hope that helps somebody, because that's a good word. On Tuesday, tomorrow, the moon, say what? The moon goes into Cancer for a quick minute. That's interesting. The moon goes into Cancer for a quick minute all day. No, my bad. The moon goes into Cancer tomorrow, and then also on Wednesday. My bad. What I was reading in my notes is that the sun goes into Leo, and I thought it was going into Leo the same day. Tomorrow, the moon goes into Cancer, and the sun at 9:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Times goes into Leo. Happy birthday and happy solar return to all the Leos out there. I love Leo energy. As you may or may not know, I have a Leo rise and a Leo moon and a Leo Venus, and I love that part about me. It's a very courageous energy. It's that show up energy. It's that loyal energy. It's that determined energy. Leo gives like Malcom did, from the heart. You can't find nobody on the planet, not unless, Malcolm had a moment, that feels like they wasn't loved by him. That Leo energy, it's just way too generous with the heart sometimes. And I have to say too, and don't know why I'm saying this, but it's going to come off real morbid. But Leo types out there, Leo sun people and Leo moon like myself, we have to really be careful physically of our heart and how we give, because oftentimes we can give so much and or we don't feel supported because we give so much that people can't give in the same way. Leo energy has such a magnanimous way of giving that sometimes it does feel slighted, because why? Can't nobody give like the sun. Leo is ruled by the sun. Does that make sense? Can't nobody give like the sun. So if you have a Leo friend or somebody who may come off a little like, I don't need you, because they do. They do. They come off proud. I don't need you. I'm good. You don't have to check on me. Check on them anyway. Check on them anyway. At the very least, drop them a word. You understand? Because that proud ass lion literally will do all the things for themselves by themselves, but they want the love just as much as they give it. Okay? Please know that. I hope y'all still with me. I don't see any comments going up, and I hope the technology is still working, but I just wanted to give that out. Also, Leos bring the party. Leos bring the shine. Leos bring the competition. Leos are very, very competitive. Very, very competitive in sports and in all things. Understand that if you have a Leo in your life. A Leo energy is also, like I said, very performative. Leo energy is very opportunistic too. Very much so. That is its selfish side. All fire signs are selfish in some kind of way. And I explain this in a way in which I hope people get, but fire burns fast. So Aries are selfish because they're self-centered. It's about them. Sag is selfish because their selfishness is like, I'm going to do it on my own. Leo is selfish in a way in which I am the prize. I am the spotlight. I'm going to take up the room. And as a matter of fact, my opportunistic self is going to shine in my selfishness by allowing me to get the opportunities, allowing me to get what it is that I need to get, and kind of slight other people. Be careful of that. I speak of astrology in both the upside and the downside, both the ways in which we are illuminated in our sign and the things that we need to learn and the challenges that we have about our sign. So I pray no one takes offense to what it is that I say ever, because it's the integration of it all. We got to know all parts of who we are in order to really, really navigate this world. Trust and believe, or else you'll be deluded for damn sure. All right, you hear me, D? Okay, good. Thank you, Mama. Mr. Fly, you need to go. So tomorrow the sun goes into Leo. Celebrate your Leo people, please, by just giving them a little hug and dropping a little bit of light. Tomorrow is interesting though, with the moon being in Cancer, that is. We will feel emotional, right? We will feel like we want to get to family. We will feel all the children around us. Maybe we feel like we want to eat tomorrow. Again, when I talk about the moons, for those that are new, I'm talking about the transit moon, not your moon. And I know you may be different, but how will you respond to the moon being in Cancer, it being so emotional, and you typically not being an emotional person? We have to let the waves do what the waves do. You can't block waves. And water is really, really strong. So let the waves do what the waves do. All right, tomorrow. How are you going to respond to that? Well, the moon in Cancer is squaring up against Saturn. So maybe there's an emotional nature tomorrow in which we don't want to do no work. Because Saturn is about work. Saturn is about discipline and limitations. Saturn is about, Mr. Fly, can you go out the door? Saturn is about fear and lessons learned. Saturn is about our daddy issues, right? Our father issues, authoritative issues. Saturn is also about aging as well, getting older, wise, wisdom type of things that you can get from people. Saturn's about a whole host of things. So with the moon squared up against Saturn tomorrow, there's a propensity from all of us to be too emotional about doing the work, about utilizing the discipline, about, the rituals that we're doing, about authority. Maybe we want to buck up against authority because your feelings are getting hurt. Hear where I'm going. So watch that tomorrow, okay? Know that you may not feel like getting up and working out, but it'll probably be best that you did. Why? Just so you can push past the contrast. Literally, this fly, man. Mystic, kill the fly. Well, don't kill him, but just tell him to go out the door. Maybe you feel emotional about the astringent things of life, about the structure that you are given tomorrow. But tap into that. Tap into that, recognize it, understand it, that it's just you being emotional and possibly maybe acting like a brat. I'm just saying. Are you acting like a brat? Do you want somebody to assist you? Ask for what it is you need tomorrow instead of responding in the emotional, help me kind of way. You know what I mean? Manage the emotions and ask for the help, or just simply say, I can't do this today, or just chip away at it. Push past that feeling and do as much as you can. Okay, this is tomorrow. Also, that moon in Cancer is squaring up Neptune in Aries. Holding on to past emotions can take away from your present dreams, is what I wrote down here. Why? Because Neptune is about dreams. Neptune is about illusion and delusions. Neptune is about escapism and art, right? And the moon in Cancer, one of the things that the moon in Cancer does too is hold on to the past way too much in your emotional body. And did I not say that too? Like, let bygones be bygones. Let it flow. Let it go out of your body, out of your face, out of your nervous system. And listen, squirrel, if you don't know how to do that, What I instruct my clients almost always is to put the person, especially the person's face that you may have some kind of cantankerous relationship with. Put that person's face in front of your mind's eye and do nothing but send them love. As hard as it may be, what that does is starts to turn around your DNA. What that does is start to send light and energy to them, right? And it'll break up all of that static, all of the contrast feeling that's going against love. You dig? And they'll keep the continuous flow of love, because at the end of the day, you do love them. You do care for them. You don't want, not unless you're a mass murderer on my goddamn thing. I'm sure you're not. You still love. You still love. So send the love to them, to those that you have problems with, to get rid of what? These past hurts that you have, the moon squaring up against Neptune. And because it's Neptune, possibly, maybe, again, you holding it in your dream, you holding it in your psyche, you holding it in your body in a way in which, it's like some, not only an old memory, but like a story that continues to repeat over and over and over again. Aren't you exhausted by the anger, by the sadness, by the stories? Aren't you exhausted, y'all? I know a few of y'all want to feel vindicated. Moon squares Neptune tomorrow. I know a few of y'all want to feel vindicated for these past hurts. I get that. But how about this? You may not. You may not get to any kind of closure. And it's not nobody's responsibility to do so. Why? Because human beings are oftentimes limited in their propensity to love, limited in their propensity to communicate their love. Okay? So forgive them quick and forgive yourself and move on. Even your father and your mother, like I say all the time, their only obligation was to get you to the planet. My mother says, his little squiggly wiggly and the egg. That was the only obligation, was to come together so you can live out your purpose here on the planet. They don't have an obligation to be the best mother and get fucking awards for that. They don't. They don't. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. They just don't. How you doing, Hayes? They don't have that obligation. So you got to do the best you can do. Release it. Use your spiritualness, Mercury, to combat that past holding on. Cancer's God, we can hold on. That Cancer energy can hold a grudge for decades. Trust and believe. So again, like it's saying, that moon in Cancer tomorrow squaring up that Neptune, let it go. Let it be. Tomorrow, the moon in Cancer, Wednesday, the moon still being in Cancer, will sextile Mars. Gotta love that. So the feeling that Cancer is giving, getting yourself together emotionally, managing your emotions, being caring in some way, is sitting up right and nice in a harmonic way with Mars in Virgo. Feel like you driving the horse is what I put down here. Feel like you're driving the horse. And what I mean by that is like, feel the moon in Cancer. Feel like you are driving the horse. You're driving the ship. You're doing what it is that you need to do. Mars in Virgo is about work. Mars in Virgo is, like I was saying last week, is about getting her done. Mars in Virgo is like, yo, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Details, discriminatory details. And the care of that with the moon in Cancer is sitting right nice in that. I think I should. I think I have enough emotional energy, is what we can say to ourselves, to be able to follow through and let this thing go. Let it play out. Let me get back on track. Are y'all hearing me? Novena, I was looking for you in my mind's eye. I'm going to text you after this. I pray you well, Novena. You understand? Okay, let's keep it moving. On Wednesday, the sun is sextile in Uranus. Shine through the possibilities of chaotic change and take pride in the shifting. Should I say that again? Shine through the possibilities of chaotic change and take pride in shifting. Okay? Why? It's 111 right now, y'all. Much love and light to all the ancestors and to Malcolm making his journey home. Uranus is about change, but Uranus is chaotic as it does it. It's Aquarius's planet. So oftentimes it's kind of sporadic and all over the place. But with the sun shining through that, with the sun in Leo shining through that, Uranus being in, wait, hold on. The sun, good God, Sonja. The sun in Cancer, no, in Leo. It'll be in Leo. So that means sextile Uranus is in Gemini. So the sun in Leo shining through Uranus in Gemini is saying, please utilize the sporadicness that you may feel on Wednesday. Compartmentalize the things that you need to compartmentalize when it comes to the shift and the changes that are coming on Wednesday. Things may come out of the blue. Things may happen out of the blue, but what it's saying is that it's harmonious. Take pride in it just shifting and going the way that you may not think it should go, but actually it's a blessing. Okay? Just remember that. Also on Wednesday, that Venus is squaring up against Mars. The desire to be free and flirty is not matching the need to be exact. Now, this is interesting. Why? Because the moon is in the right nice place with Mars on that day. But maybe you don't desire to move and do the things that you need to do. I'm trying to break it down as best as I can, but the only phrase that just came to me on Wednesday is get it together. You may not see the value, you may not see the desire into moving how you need to move, but recognize the feeling, recognize the understanding of the sporadicness that's happening on that day. Catch the wave, catch meaning of things. Again, I know this sounds like I'm pulling this out of my ass, but spirit is like bringing it all back to one for me right now. We have to know that in this life, as changes and things that are happening, people are leaving the planet, things are being done, you're moving across the country, that it's all part of the momentum of your evolution. There are times in which when we have these sporadic changes, you would not be the person you are today if you didn't make a decision at the drop of a dime. If you didn't make that 11th hour decision. Anybody have testimonies like that? Or is it just me? Where people will come, where something will happen in your life and you go, I have to decide in 5 minutes, and it literally changes the course of your life. That's that feeling on Wednesday. There may be a weird kind of desire not to go down that road, but I'm asking you to get it together. I'm asking you to see the value as much as possible, okay? Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for answering me back, because I know that y'all letting me take my time, but I really need y'all to keep me going. Thursday, the new moon is 2 degrees Leo. Yeah. So also on that day, so that new moon in Leo, again, every new moon brings new opportunities for that particular energy, right? So the new moon in Leo, new opportunities to be courageous, new opportunities. Oh, that makes all the sense in the world. Y'all see the picture? New opportunities are coming in for us to step in to a new space of being. And I know it sounds so over like spoken. These new things are happening. You see every other meme in astrology or spirituality. It's like, be open, have an open heart, be new in your new life. And although it may be true, like literally, there's limited vocabulary to what this feels like. Because while we are continuously spiraling up in the art and in the life of evolution, you dig? So we're getting new things and exiting old things, getting new things, exiting old things. It's not just one felt swoop that we get all this newness that comes in for us. You dig? So we have to, in this moment in time, thank you, and squirrel. In this moment in time, we are evolving so quickly because we're responsible for where this world is about to go in the next 200 years. We are alive in the most auspicious time. And I give love and reverence to Malcolm and whoever else that decides to leave this planet, because they're ushering us. They are becoming angels and guides for us and ancestors for us to usher in this part. This is a hard, gnarly time, But it's absolutely a blessing because our names and our influences will go down in history for how we change this trek. You dig? So this new moon information with in Leo is saying, grab onto the new opportunities, grab onto the new ways to be courageous, grab onto the new ways to perform and to step up for yourself, grab onto the new ways of being slightly self-centered. Dare I say it? Because every now and again, you got to pay attention to what it is that you're doing and how you're doing it and how it feels for you. Otherwise, you lose your way. Otherwise, people want to steer you in a whole nother direction. Otherwise, you all of a sudden, you're in a goddamn cult. How I get here? You understand what I'm saying? So these new opportunities that are coming to you to see you better, to see you brighter, is all about this new moon in Leo as we're in this Leo season. So take a hold of that. And as this new moon is coming through, bust this, it's trining Saturn and it's also trining Neptune. So where you may have been confused on Tuesday about doing a thing, where you may have felt like, I don't want to work, I don't want to deal with authority, on Thursday, you get a different lease on it. On Thursday, you go, oh, okay. They're being an authority because this is a thing that I need to learn. They're being an authority because they have wisdom. They're being an authority, or they're showing me structure, or they're showing me which way to go. They're calling out my fears and my limitations because I need to level up and go one up. The trouble and the challenge, I should say, with Leo energy is that its ego is so goddamn big that you're going to have to check yourself at every inch of that trek as this new moon energy comes in, as it's hitting up Saturn, as the sun in Leo is just shining and going, I'm here, bitches. You know what I mean? There's a moment in which you're going to have to take it down during the party and say, am I okay? Everything all right? Y'all all right? Everything's good. And pay attention to your surroundings and get the lesson. Does this make sense to anybody? Or am I just talking and y'all just happy I'm here? Right? That new moon coming in on Thursday says work it. Work the new opportunities that are coming in and prove it to yourself. Only yourself. I can't stand it, honestly. Again, talking about my life, but also I hope you find some semblance in it. I can't stand it when people are like, I'm going to do this because everybody else is doing it. But they don't say it like that. They'll go, I'm going to wear this top because I'm going to X, Y, and Z and I just want to look my best. Wear the top when you go to the store. I'm going to get this haircut because this is the new trendy shit and I'm going to look my best and get this cowboy hat and go to Beyonce. Do it because you want to do it. When you find yourself pleasing other people because you find that them reflecting who you are may or may not be the truth, but you use that as a gaze, as some kind of like measure, ooh, you're going down the wrong road. When Leo comes in, that new moon in Leo for sure comes in, it's like, yo, you better shine because you want to shine. You better shine because you want to shine, not because everybody else is either going to approve it or disapprove it. I'm just saying. Especially as that new moon hits Neptune, it's also hitting Saturn saying work it and prove it to yourself. But it's also hitting Neptune, right? Because your intuition, your spiritual sense, who you really are on the inside says different. And it's trying to get in alignment with who you are, your pride, how you show up. How generous and open your heart is on Thursday is trying to line up with your spiritual self. How awesome. Can I do that again? How awesome would it be for your spirit to be right in alignment with your ego? That's the perfect day. Does anybody understand that? And can you give me an example of that? Talk to me, y'all. I need your energy. Can you give me an example of that? How when your spiritual self lines up with your ego self and you know it's right, because ego ain't all the way bad. Ego is just the caboose that gets the things done. Ego's like, I got this. Then your spiritual self coming through with Neptune is saying, you got it, but let me tell you what you got. You got God, you got what it is you need to say, you got what it is you need to do, how to live your highest, because that's Neptune's thing. You get what I'm saying? So whatever it is you got, whatever opportunities are coming for you this week, couple it with spirit, couple it with your heart, couple it with your trek, because you don't know how long you have. Bottom line, point blank. I think somebody said something interesting. Oh, nice to meet you too. Glad you're here. Okay. If you guys want a reading at any point for this new person that came on in, please hit me up on my website. I have a special going on right now. It ends in about a week and a half, y'all. So if y'all really want to get this discounted reading special, jump on it today, okay? And sign up for it for sometime at the end of July, whenever you can. All right? I'm going to keep this going. Friday, the moon is in Leo, and it's also going to conjunct Mercury going retrograde into Leo. Another opportunity, like Monday, to make it good on communication. Now, the thing about this week is so interesting. I'm just going to summarize it for y'all as I go along, too. Because Mercury retrograde in Leo is in the mix, right? The sun is in Leo. The new moon is in Leo. So this week we will feel more prideful. We will feel more courageous. We will feel more open-hearted and more generous, right? What you do with that is on you. These opportunities that call you to shine and to get on stage, it's on you. How are you going to rock with it? But I want to caution you that because that Mercury retrograde is in the mix, if you're given a new opportunity, double check that shit. Make sure that's your name on the winning lotto ticket. Make sure that's your name on the email. You understand what I mean? Double check what it is that you are given the opportunity to move forward on. Okay? Check people on it. Ask questions as much as possible so you're in alignment and your opportunity won't fly by you. Does this make sense? Greetings to you, Royal. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah. Much love to Malcolm and his daughter and his wife. So grateful for knowing him. So watch out for that on Friday, okay? As these opportunities come through. Saturday, did I not write Sunday? Sonja is crazy. Do y'all know I wrote this and I didn't even put Sunday on here? Okay, that's Mercury retrograde, Fuqua. Here we go. Well, I'm gonna have to go get my information and I'll be back in a minute after I do this. On Saturday, the moon will be in Leo, but then it goes into Virgo at 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Saturday is interesting with that moon in Virgo because it wants to square up against Uranus, right? So Uranus is bringing up again all that sporadicness again. It's bringing all the changes again, but the moon in Virgo don't like it. Have you ever seen a Virgo person or Virgo energy freak out because things are not in alignment and in order the way it needs to be? That's a real question. It's not a nice scene. I'll be honest with you. But here's the thing, to summarize it, with all of this change and this wonderful energy that's to break out and be yourself this week, to break out and open your heart, to be the fool. If the fool card comes out in this gosh darn deck today, y'all, I'm a scream. To be the fool and literally just take chances, risks by Saturday and Sunday when that moon pops into Virgo, it's like, wait a minute, take a note of all the changes that are going on because there's way too much happening. I got to put it in order. I got to make sense of it. I got to be logical about this thing. Listen, I get that because some people like to put things in order, but here's the deal. Don't freak out because sometimes you need to just jump. Have you ever been that person where, you go at the pool with your friend and everybody jumped in the pool and you standing on the edge for an hour or some shit, don't want to jump in, and somebody just comes by and just pushes you? Yeah. That's the feeling this week. Somebody is pushing you, and then on Saturday and Sunday, you may be freaking out. Oh my God, I got wet. my hair, my jewelry, my watch, my phone is in my pocket. You just start freaking out of all the details and all the rational and logical situations that may not have no weight, to be quite honest with you, because that thing that they pushed you in, you're about to earn about $1 million. You can buy another phone, cuz you can buy some more hair. So the point of the matter is, don't get caught in the details of the freak out when the opportunities are asking you just to swim. That was good. That was good, Sonja. That was good. I have to pat myself on the back for that one. That was good. I'll be right back. That was good. That was good. Oh, isn't that something? Well, you know what? There's only one aspect on Sunday as I checked my other notes, right? There's only one aspect on Sunday as we move on into that thing. Did y'all like that? Did y'all like what I just said? Was that good? No, nobody else like that. Okay. Sonya up here pumping up herself. I appreciate it. Pump, pump. On Sunday, though, the moon in Virgo is gonna sextile Jupiter. That may feel better. That may feel a lot better, because after a while, you'll start to see, after the, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I don't know, all these blessings coming at me, all these opportunities. You want me to shine. You want me to hug you. You want me to open up my heart, but I don't know. I don't trust it. Blah, 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 blah. On Saturday, on Sunday, with the moon in Virgo, sextile, and Jupiter, you'll see the blessing. At the very least, you'll feel good about it. At the very least, something will happen and balance that thing out, because Jupiter brings blessings. Jupiter brings opportunity. Jupiter brings lightheartedness, the feel good. Jupiter brings expansion. So you'll be able to see, even though I may not have it all in order, even though I'm freaking out and somebody pushed me in the pool and it's not logical and it's not rational, and I got to get my compartments together. I got to make sure I understand what it is I'm doing and the walk that I'm walking on Sunday, you may see the blessing in it all. And on Sunday, possibly, maybe, you'll see that you're not in control of this thing. More importantly, we're not in control of this thing, y'all. We're not in control. When I repeat things over and over and over again, it's not the perimenopausal state, okay? It's really me trying to put emphasis and get deep in your heart and your chest about it. We're not in control. We're not in control. And we have to opt to release control more than ever. Isn't that when the blessings come? Isn't that when life gets a little lighter? When we stop pushing, thinking that we can make our agenda go? And spirit and our ancestors and everybody else, all the energies that are around us are saying, no, we got this. Have you, again, I used this example before. Have you ever been in that space where an opportunity will come up or you interview or audition for something, and you sitting by the phone, looking at the phone like, are they going to call? They're going to call. They're going to call. And the moment you release it and let go and go to the goddamn, I don't know, to the store or to the bar or someplace, and you just forget about it and stop pushing, is when the phone call comes. And they're like, hey, how you doing? And you all drunk going, oh, I'm good. You want that job? Oh, yeah, but I can't hear you. I had to make myself laugh. But that's the truth. When once we lose control, sometimes then you know what happens is the energy falls, and whatever is coming to you has a straight shot, because you're not pushing the door when it says pull. I'm just saying. All right, I'm about to get off this thing. I appreciate y'all being here, and I really hope some of this information helped. And I thank you for your patience of me getting through any emotions and feeling people more than anything. I feel a lot of my friends that knew him very, very well And that's the hardest thing about being a Cancer and about being a water sign, period. Just to give y'all a little squirrel moment and to big up all my water sign people and those that have water sign rising and moon. It's a thing, is that sometimes we can make sense of emotions as that water influenced person, but then we go around the people that can't and we start to absorb them. And then it becomes harder because we're doing our best to kind of stay in our right mind and our right understanding of it all, but we get inundated by everybody else's emotions and we want to help them through it. So I'm just saying, I'm feeling people and I'm feeling y'all, and I always feel y'all, but I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful of being that person and of knowing the beauties and the blessing of life and death. But thank y'all for being patient with me. Great Mother, Father, God, and all my guardian angels and ancestor spirits. We want to pick a card for the week. Show me and these beautiful people that so lovingly and diligently share themselves with us on this live and on the recording too, what the vibration of this week is, what word we can hold on to, what energy we can use in order to move forward in this life that is given to us. Thank you. Thank you for your time and your energy. Appreciate you being here. All right. 3 cards wanted to come out, but for some reason, I'm just going to pick these 2. All right. Number 1, slow down. Slow down. Now, this is the actual card. Let me say that again. This is the actual meaning of like slow down your movements, because why? Mercury is in retrograde and we all need to slow down a little bit, right? So the mistakes and or the hiccups of Mercury retrograde trying to keep us on track, when it comes to communication, because that's all it's really doing. It's just trying to keep us on track and reevaluate some things. And then we get caught in the middle of that, you dig? But if we slow down, we can see the changes. If we slow down, we can, as it comes towards us. If we slow down, we won't get our butt hurt so much. You dig? So let's read that card. And then there's one more, if you don't mind. I'd like to, isn't it perfect, Miss Catrice? There's one more, if you don't mind, I'll read after this. But it's going to show itself as I read it. It also means that you're coming home. This slow down card. Here, I got y'all. The Knight of Rainbows is a reminder that just like this tortoise, we carry our home with us wherever we go. There is no need to hurry. There's no need to seek shelter elsewhere. Even as we move into the depths of the emotional waters, we can remain self-contained and free from attachments. Yeah. It is a time when you are ready to let go of any expectations that you've had about yourself or other people, and to take responsibility for any illusions you might have been carrying. There's no need to do anything but rest in the fullness of who you are right now. If desires and hopes and dreams are fading away, so much the better. Their disappearance is making space for a new quality of stillness and acceptance of what is. And you are able to welcome this development in a way that you've never been able to before. So savor this quality of slowing down, of coming to rest, and recognizing that you are already at home. What's so interesting about this card, too, in relation to this week, with the sun being in Leo, new moon in Leo, and Mercury in retrograde in Leo, is that Leo also inhabits a great deal of expectations. Leo is so proud and so egotistical that it always expects people to shine and to be open-hearted and to give the way Leo gives, but it doesn't. So that line in here is like, allow all those expectations to go, holds so true. We can't expect people. And I know people will come on here and say, I've let go of expectations a long time ago. And I believe that because we work hard on that when we know we're working hard on it. But I encourage you and everybody else to work a little harder, because we still have our own ideas in our mind of how things should go down for ourselves and for other people. We expect the president to be a president. We expect this world to be, non-separatist and be loving and open because there's so many loving and open people. It ain't happening sometimes. You dig? So we have to let go of our expectations and slow down, knowing that we home within ourselves, knowing that we got this ourselves, knowing that we don't need to put the heinous and put the thing, the problem or the projection on others to do the thing when we can do it ourselves. Or we just be happy to be in who we are. Did I say that properly? Who cares? We can just be happy being who we are. The second card that was screaming to come out is participation. Come together with folks, yeah, in a way in which it helps everybody. Okay? I'm almost done for those that are wondering. And again, I thank y'all for being here. Each figure in this mandala holds the right hand up in an attitude of receiving and the left hand down in an attitude of giving. The whole circle creates a tremendous energy field that takes on the shape of a double dorje, the Tibetan symbol for the thunderbolt. The mandala has a quality like that energy field that forms around a Buddha, where all the individuals taking part in the circle make a unique contribution to create a unified and vital whole. It is like a flower whose wholeness is even more beautiful than the sum of its parts, and at the same time enhancing the beauty of each individual petal. You have an opportunity right now to participate with others, to make your contribution to creating something greater and more beautiful than each of you could manage alone. Your participation will not only nourish you, but will also contribute something precious to the whole. Ashe. And I hope y'all go out there and share. I hope you go out there and share your heart. That's participating in love. Share your heart. Be open in that. This moon, this sun, this Mercury retrograde in Leo. Be open in that as a great memory for Malcolm. Be open in that for getting on stage and being who you are. He was a consummate performer, that Leo. Almost hammy with it. He was such a hammy with it. I could imagine him as a little boy, just hamming it up. That little Leo little boy hamming it up. Love you, Malcolm. And I will perform with you when I see you again, brother. In any case, thank y'all for being here. Again, thank you for your patience. I pray you got some information out of this in some kind of way. And I love to open the floor, honestly, before I go. Is there a question on somebody's mind? Please make it a community question so we can all benefit from the answer and or the information that comes through. But maybe you're holding something in your heart right now that you want to share, express, ask. I would love to utilize this platform for the next minute or so to see if anybody can formulate something that they want to say to us all. Like, for real, we're here for each other. We need to participate. We need to come together. We need to understand one another more so from a compassionate space and place. You dig? And it's so oversaid that sometimes I just feel like I'm beating up a freaking dead horse, so to speak. But I just want us to step into it a little bit more. Thank you for your hugs, Royal. I appreciate that. Um, Again, I'm kind of dragging and stalling a little bit in case somebody comes up with a question that they may have. Oh, D Stokes, she said, "Are you okay?" I'm fine, baby. I'm fine, and I appreciate you asking that question. I'm good. Literally, I'm just sending out love and light to his family and to anybody who has lost anybody recently, because that emotional body is tricky. It's just tricky to know a thing and be connected in spirit with a thing, but then also have your heart break. Like, that's the tricky thing. Like, what the hell? Like, how do you separate yourself in that way? So I'm good, but I am in this weird separation. And again, thank you for asking that. Um, so I don't see any questions popping up, and I bid you a fond and reverent farewell. And hopefully, prayerfully, you slide around with love and light and great energy deep, deep, deep in your heart, and find a way to put that out on people today, okay? Live truly from your heart space, because that's all we got, y'all. That's all we got. Love you. Adios.